Hello, happy bro bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bro.
Yo, what's up?
There we go. There we go. Sounds good. Looks good. Everything's good now, man. Well, not everything. Holy shit. What a fucking day,
Cool.
bro.
Yeah, I know the internet's been a bit crazy today. It's insane.
It's
Yeah,
hard to. Yeah.
it's been an interesting day. Yeah, the whole Charlie Kirk stuff, man, definitely got me a little tore up. Little sad to see. Just in general, what a sad world we live in. Holy crap, people are wild.
Yeah, I've always thought, like, it was such, like, a weird thing when, like, even growing up and being in, like, school, like, in high school, and people would say shit and, like, just talking shit. Not even, like, offensive or whatever. Just, like, talking, just saying things, right? And then, like,
Hmm.
people get punched for it. And I'm like, how did like
And
words justify a physical response? Like that is so. Even if it is like offensive, like just walk away. I don't know, la 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 la. You can ignore them. Like I don't know, laugh and be like, "Hi, you're an idiot." Like, but like I don't know how like words justify. It's like I'm gonna hit you, and then like even as an adult, you see like grown ass men get like offended to the point like they'll throw hands over
right.
like a simple a wrong greeting or something. Like what'd you say to me? What? Like you're so insecure, and then to see like somebody like Charlie Kirk, I get it. Like definitely a dick. Like that's rest in peace. But like didn't deserve to get fucking shot, let alone hit for shit. Like
Yeah,
it's just words. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
that's a that's insanely fucked up, dude. Just I didn't see that coming ever. And like Tim Pool now was saying like he's worried. I'm like yeah you should be, and so should a few other of you bros. Like
Yeah.
crazy ass people doing crazy ass shit right now, and it's like I don't know if it's like you know to if it's going to turn out to be like people who agreed to turn them into martyrs type shit,
Mhm.
or if it's the opposition trying to like silence. But like even
Right.
the opposition knows when you do shit like that, it doesn't silence nothing. It gives it a megaphone. So
Yeah, definitely, stirring up some trouble for sure, and creating some opposition between, groups and people, which kind of sucks, but Yeah, it just goes to show people are gonna people, when it comes to the masses, and things get ugly, and usually stuff like this is used to kind of just put people against each other. So we'll see how it goes the next few days, and maybe everyone will just kind of relax a little bit. But yeah, it's super tragic for his
Yeah, I mean,
family and stuff
even
like
with
that.
the poor girl who was just like stabbed by that random like 14-time repeat offender, like
Yeah,
dude
it
just
was
like
wild.
stabbed her and nobody did shit. Like just like nobody, bro. It was that is the most insane video. Like and it's
Yeah,
just hopefully this is the start of a consciousness shift where it's like maybe people realize like yeah, feelings don't fucking matter. Like your feelings are internally yours and personal and aren't real and can't should not and probably hopefully won't manifest into the real world unless you
hmm
do something to manifest it. Like, I hurt your feelings, so now you manifest that into reality by shooting me. Like, fuck you and your
yeah.
feelings, you loser.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, that's the thing about, like, all this advancement we're going through, this technology, and all these people are like, oh man, we're doing all this cool shit with technology and doing all this stuff. But it's like, but the technology might be getting better, but people as a whole
People
aren't
are
aren't
definitely getting worse. Holy
yeah,
shit,
like, and I
dude.
think that's where, even just in the crypto industry, where we want to do these big things and advance and, save the world, but it's like, what are we really doing to help, our situation now, and really get people to connect
Not
and just
much,
kind of
bro.
like, yeah, kind of evolve as a human group, you know what I mean? Like, the
Well,
technology is
that's
cool,
the
but we still
problem. We
suck.
are in a sense. We're like kind of getting away from, natural Darwinism. The type of people that are existing right now with those perspectives, those
Right.
opinions, they would have been Darwined out by the mob. Either beat up on the playground, tripped going up an escalator. You know what I mean? Have a pie thrown at them or a tomato. But we kind of lost, that part and has just jumped right to the extreme. But it's
Right.
because you can say what you want on the internet, have all these fans and followers, people sharing that shit, and nobody gets a chance to throw hands anymore. Or
Right.
throw a tomato. Just throw a tomato, bro. Next time you
Yes.
feel some type of way,
Throw
I
some
say we bring back
tomatoes.
tomatoes, bro.
Yeah, we'll bring crates of tomatoes to public speeches, bring like boxing gloves. I'm like, all right, everybody that does have issues, we'll just duke it out for a bit and come on and solve your problems with these hands. But yeah, then that's for me is like it's just a bad state of things overall when we talk about the advancement of humankind and what we're really trying to do. And so that's why, again, like with crypto stuff, and whenever I see things where we're looking so far ahead in the future of what we want to do, but it's like we're not really living in the practical reality of what we should be doing now, with
Yeah,
the technology we have now, and also just at the human condition. Like there's a lot of psychological things that we're not ready for yet when it comes to freedom and autonomy. Not saying we don't deserve it or need it, but we're not ready for it. We've lived in
right.
such an enclosed society where things are a certain way. People are treated a certain way, things are moved a certain way. And to think we can just escape that immediately and we'll just live in this harmonious, loving, hey, we're all cool now. We can all just respect each other, love each other. It's like, well, we still need to work on ourselves a lot before we can really well evolve with this technology. And that's where it kind of like is a stalemate for me, where we're doing all these cool things in Web3, but it's like, man, what are we really doing to kind of work on ourselves as a people and a community? And even just
Yeah,
detracting from like the Satoshi's original vision of like, I mean, for me, what I at least thought was Satoshi's vision was, hey, this is the community thing. This is for us in self-empowerment to make sure that we can work with each other, work together, and not feel oppressed by big entities and groups. Even when it just comes to the whole money idea, but the community was like the biggest aspect of this all. And just, in the years past, we've gone so far from that where, we're just our focus has shifted to where it's more about, other things, personal things, and let's get back to the old Satoshi ways, man. Let's go back to helping
yeah.
each other.
Whatever happened
Especially
to like all that metadata that the NSA was doing? I feel like Snowden, told us like they should have seen shit like this coming. You know what I mean? Not
oh,
saying like,
yeah,
not to say like, oh, they should have pre-crime shit, but like,
right.
if Facebook and fucking X and everybody else, WhatsApp, Telegram, they're all going through every message anyway in the DMs. They're
hmm
using it to get advertisers, ad space, to get clicks on ads, to make ad revenue by data mining. I'm sure, and I don't like misspeaking because it's only been not even a day, but
Right.
I was listening to a few different independent news, content creators, and they were saying like the person that they're suspecting did this was like on social media, threatening and doing and saying things, stuff like this, and I'm like, yeah, like that would happen, and like what would Facebook do about it? Nothing. They don't do anything about anything that
Oh
happens on
man.
Facebook. So like this, like I'm saying, will hopefully be the start of something, and it sucks. This is, the where people start to give up their privacy for more security, you know what I mean?
Right.
Where people are going, and I'm kind of in that boat. Like they got the data anyway. You know it
Yeah.
when you have a conversation in the car with your friend and about needing a new lawnmower. You get out of the car, you go on your
Yeah.
computer, and there's a fucking lawnmower ad right there on
Right.
Facebook, and you're like, oh shit. Well, you've accepted that, right? How about we
Hmm.
like start accepting that next step of like people who are plotting, kidnapping kids and murdering people to just like maybe not do that, right? Or am I wrong?
Right. Absolutely. And like you said, there are indicators and things that could let those in the government know that hey, these situations are coming up, especially because a lot of these situations are almost groomed. Where, I mean, there's been research done showing that like you can manipulate people over time in a certain way to get them to react and be triggered to respond a certain way, and so like having people go off the handle and go and cause an assassination or kill somebody in public, like there are things that lead up to that, and very clear indicators that hey, this person might be a person who triggered the wrong way. They might go blow up a school or something,
There's so
something
many
crazy
ways
like
Web3 could step in on things like this with prediction markets, being considered. Web3 could also involve like what we mentioned the other night with the chatbot miners and the digital rewards and stuff from like
oh yeah.
the dust that you can get, you know what I mean, from
Hmm.
Nifty Wizards. Could be some kind of, chat moderation. They have community, moderators on X and stuff. There should be some form of rewarded community engagement. Like this,
Yeah.
people live on X, people live on Facebook, right? So I think that there needs to be, and this is an employment opportunity for these platforms to figure out how do they monetize this, solution that could be done from the inside. It could be community solved, self governed. It could just outsource, be incentivized. They could
Oh yeah.
incentivize the community to get together and do, sort of like, what do they call that? Neighborhood watch, right? There could be
Mhm.
like a neighborhood watch kind of vibes on the
Yeah,
social media vibes.
bring those back.
Yeah, but on social media, in a
Hmm.
Web3 form where people
For
are
sure.
like, but it's not bots and algorithms and shit like that. It's just people. Like they're already
Yeah.
snooping through their neighbors' Instagrams anyway.
Hmm.
Maybe snoop through your neighbor's kids' Instagram because they're fucking weirdos and maybe they're playing with guns their parents don't know about.
Yeah, and absolutely. Like you said, and that's a perfect thing to incentivize. Like, incentivizing doing good. There's not enough of that. There might be a little bit of it, but I think with blockchain and Web3, it's a perfect setup to incentivize doing good and, giving people the option like, hey, do you want to get rewarded for doing some not good shit, or do you just want to not get rewarded at all? No, you're not going to get punished for doing the bad shit, but you just won't get the reward.
Right, right, right. And I mean, damn, speak of reward, didn't we just get like all the gun states, like everywhere you can have a gun now, like open carry everywhere, something like I just saw the gun
Yeah.
nuts like celebrate and open carry everywhere and like the Americas, like, you know what I mean, a gun country
Right.
and then shit like this goes and happens, man. It's like, fuck, it's just when
Yeah.
you think you're progressing, you get 2 to 3 steps way back in the wrong direction.
Oh, absolutely. And there's definitely, an agenda, behind things
No
like that
shit.
when it when it comes to that, which is a bit scary and in general. Especially at this level. I mean, obviously, I mean, in my perspective, it's not just something where, hey, this some happened to be somebody who didn't like what he was hearing and decided to do something about it. It's like, man, you know how hard it is to somebody in general, the kind of psychology and mentality you have to have behind that, and then you couple
Yeah.
that with the level of accuracy. Oh my, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I don't know. But again, hopefully there are things that this will kind of wake people up and be like, look at the disruption being caused and the oppositions. Like, let's just focus more on how can we work together and do more things. Because for me, at the end of the day, it's always going to be us versus the government, no matter what. No matter, whether it's the real government, the federal government, or some shadow government, corporate entities and these big people are always going to be against this, common folk and common ground. And the more we can, work together, like, again, in Web3, the old Bitcoin communities, how the stuff they did to really, push things forward for those communities. We need to get back to that. Let's use crypto and like do some cool shit and get back to building people up and, saying F you to these big groups and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's a crazy world out there. It's definitely a good time to, consider our impact and what we're doing, I guess, in the world. And it makes me want to, really chase more projects that are doing more impactful things and more practical, Web3 applications and stuff like that. Especially if I'm going to do anything, might as well
Yeah.
go hard on it.
Well, shit, if anything, it just makes me want to keep talking my shit, how I feel, what I think,
Yes.
my perspective. It's not, I don't see how it affects you, like, I don't get it. Like, people like pie. I don't like pie, but it doesn't bother me that you ordered it for dessert. I'm much more of a cake person. It makes more sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to,
Yeah.
like, have, like, legislation written to ban pie because I think it's fucking disgusting and stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but yeah, that's how people are. It's just like, oh, dude, it's like the sports thing. Like, oh, dude, you're into this sports team? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in this. Like, okay, cool. Like, I don't, you're
Yeah.
right. Like, imagine
Yeah.
being like that about like
I
your
hate
favorite
you for
color is
loving your
blue. You're a
sports team.
loser.
Yeah.
Blue's for losers, bro. Everybody knows cool kids like red.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same shit, dude. You're just an adult
Seriously.
doing the same shit, dude. You're
Yep.
so never outgrew that. And culturally, speaking, as a civilization, society is still in that juvenile state of
Mhm.
like, oh, you believe in this thing, not the thing I believe in, you should die. I'm like, but I thought the thing you believed in said not to kill people and to
Yeah.
forgive them and not to hate that person, just like maybe don't like the thing that they like, Like, we're
Yeah. And I think, like you said, this definitely, hopefully encourages more conversation. Like if you believe in something, stand up for it, talk about it. And
right.
people may not like it, and it may not be right in a sense, but what is right, what is wrong. If you feel strongly about something, take a stance
Facts.
and hold on to that stance until you know better or have better information.
That's how we
You
got
know what I
Bitcoin
mean?
Cash. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
And
imagine if that came down to fucking gun violence, bro.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Gang violence,
Jesus.
like exact, like that's ridiculous. It's like we can talk
Now that
about it,
we
we can
have
oppose,
close to mass adoption at this point with like mass awareness, not actual like adoption, but like people are aware. We have like 3% global adoption right now with like,
Mhm.
what is that? Like a million to three or something fucking with this. And like, yeah, now that those odds are in, it's almost like any fandom when they turn toxic. Like your favorite TV show Community is awesome until it goes mainstream and everybody loves your favorite show. Now the Community fandom is toxic because there's toxic people out there. So like, yeah, dude, I could imagine if like Bitcoin were to fork now, if like nothing happened, there was no Bitcoin Cash, and this like big block, little block debate started today, there
Yeah.
possibly could be fucking gun violence involved in like the block debate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially when you get up to the levels of like big companies, getting involved in the talk because they're financially invested, one way or another and stuff like that. And which, a lot of this comes down to is like, who's invested into what and what are they supporting, and does it detract from that or take away from profits? And if it does, probably going to get some opposition for it. Nobody
Hey
likes to lose their
Amina, hi
monies.
Randy, what up BC?
Yo,
Whatever happened to those
yo.
NFTs you were slinging? Slow down on the slinging of the NFTs because Wax pretty much told me to go fuck myself, and like that was super discouraging. You know what I mean? Like when you're like the actual like blockchain projects, like fuck you. You're kind of like, all right, well then you're right. Fuck me. Like And then like your favorite marketplace, right? Like, you know, Atomic Hub got acquired by some complete fucking strangers that didn't fuck with
Yeah.
you. That kind of puts a wrench in the situation. And then projects I was partnering with, like fucking Our Planet and shit, like kind
Oh
of
man.
fucked
True.
everything up, like
Yeah.
completely. So yeah, I mean it was like a domino effect. The shit went wrong, but I do have faith in Asvoria. I'm hopeful that once Asvoria is fully up and running, I can start doing some Solana-based NFTs with them. I got a pretty good connection with the team over there still, so fingers crossed on Solana. I want to bring the Kenny doll. If you check out like
Yes.
Asvoria.io, you can see like they have the Kenny doll like graphics integrated into like a Solana game. It's pretty cool. Like you need an NFT to play the game. You play the game, you get different NFTs, and it's all like on Asvoria. So it's just a slow crawl kind of situation. Like NFTs are so fucking dead, it wouldn't matter if like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if like Paris Hilton took a fucking clip pic and posted it as an unlockable NFT. That shit ain't getting bought. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't matter who you are or what you do. You know, you have better luck making money if like Miggy wanted to sell some bath water. You know, in like a
Right.
bottle. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like there's
Yeah, for real.
so it's just the cost of minting NFTs, the fees like on the network and everything, plus artists. Every artist got big dick ego after Beeple sold a $69 million JPEG.
Jeez,
So
I know.
yeah, it's like there are no more $1 NFTs unless you know you become the artist. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
is wild.
that
NFTs got
happened.
turned away. And yeah, now it's more about, I think what will bring them back will be
Hmm.
utility packed NFTs for sure. Like, what am I gonna do with it? I want to collect
Yeah.
it and do something with it.
Yeah, if you have like a plastic card that says Wells Fargo on it, but it doesn't get you food when you tap it to the the point of sale system, like you know, it's just a plastic card that says Wells Fargo, but it doesn't do anything. It's useless. But if you have a plastic
Yeah,
card that says Wells Fargo and it has credit card data, debit card data, an NFC chip, you tap and pay. There's that utility behind that art. That's the value. Yeah, I think that's what people are looking for right now. Is that like
yeah,
what's the tap and pay to this art? What's the NFT do?
yeah. I like that because like now they're doing the custom cards where you can design it, you can put art on, you can put pictures on them. Now
Dude,
you
there's
can have
people at mall
custom cards.
kiosks. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw people at the mall have a kiosk set up just to make custom credit cards out of
Yeah,
your
yeah, exactly.
pre-existing
Now
one.
people are putting art on
So
their
cool.
cards. Yeah. And
That's
who knows,
really
maybe one
cool.
day that'll be collectible art because it'll be somebody famous doing some cool shit. And like, hey, I can do my art
Mm,
and put it on your card. You know what I mean? Like, and then yeah,
yeah,
now it has a purpose and you can tap to pay and you got your card to use it. But
but
they'll come back, man.
I don't think you can do the you know, because it destroys the magnetic reader, right? So you can't really get to the ATM. They like
Yeah.
take so it's, you're kind of giving up unless I think I've seen some ATMs have tap. You can tap the
Right.
ATM
Yeah, some of them
machine
are too
now.
thick to insert into anything. Because somebody had one and they were trying to pay and it like barely fit my card reader. It was like gonna rip off the cover.
Giggity.
Yeah. Oh man, I think NFTs will have their turn though. I mean, again, just like with the craziness of the world, there's some application for it, and I think once a project really digs deep and really finds something fun and I mean, honestly, I think what the things we were doing were the things that need to come back for NFTs, especially like the stuff we were doing. Like they were practical, they were applicable, and they were fun. We could play with these NFTs, you could do stuff with it, and they did have some utility, and I think once it's going to take the right project to just kind of launch something that's ridiculous, but you can do something with it. I think that's going to, grab people, but who knows? Maybe Pudgy Penguins will
You
figure it
read
out.
my mind. I was thinking the same thing. What up, Walk? He said good times. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I feel like everything was good times up until like last week. This has been such a sad, fucked up week, man, and I feel like
It
it can
has.
only get it's only going to get worse from here for a little while. It
Yep.
feels like a few dominoes have fell in an awful direction, and that's why I think we're seeing the market tick up right now. You know,
Mhm.
people tend to cash in instead of cash out when
Right.
you know shit hits the fan. You know, when people don't feel too happy and safe and comfortable, they don't have money on hand, cash in pocket or under mattress. They put it in. to the market. And seeing Bitcoin's gains right now and everything else kind of running, it's to me that's not fear of and panic in a different way, and sort of like a
Right.
Warren Buffett move. When tragedy happens, don't let it go to waste. People tend to run to the market and invest. I am terrified to see the shit coins, the meme coins, the pump.fun shit that's gonna come out of this. And
Oh man. Yeah,
it's
that's
just
gonna.
such a blemish on like human like nature, just seeing people do that, right? But it's
Hmm.
gonna happen.
Yep. That's why hopefully when things kind of settle down a little bit, it'll give the community a chance to kind of go back and look at, reevaluate the values of what we're doing, in any industry and especially this one. Like I've always felt, crypto stuff and Web3 stuff always had great potential to, you know, have big impact, especially with the people that were, involved in the industry. And so I say we just try to get back to that, focus in on more what's good for you, what's good for the community, and let's pump that shit. Still play with shit coins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's do more community stuff. Like I
I,
want to get
I
back
think
to
there
that.
should be prediction markets for stuff like that. Like, imagine if there was like a prediction market for stopping a crime. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, just, doing a citizen's arrest, preventing an abduction. Like, just a bounty sitting there. So when
yeah,
people see something, they don't, say
that would be
something. They
cool.
do something, right? And it
Right.
sucks that people have to be motivated like that, but it does help. It really
Hmm.
does help. Those NPC mindless drones that are just taking up space.
Yeah.
Um, my computer, everything just died, so I might lose the
Oh,
internet.
oh yeah. Yeah, gamify doing good. I like that.
I don't know what just happened, but
I
all
know
my
it's crazy because
power.
you disappeared in
That
your
was
background.
weird.
Oh wait,
Okay, am
is
I
it
still
still
here?
live?
I don't know. Is it?
It looks like it's still live. Hold
Okay, are
on.
we still
But
live?
it's funny though, because like the background stayed for a minute, but then you just disappeared. Then you just popped back up.
Oh yeah,
It's like you
because
went
it's
in
a
and out of
green.
existence. Yeah.
That's how it felt for a second.
Uh, yeah,
But yeah,
no,
I
it looks
mean,
like I'm still alive. Okay.
imagine seeing like like somebody on that bus if they knew of the existence of a bounty that was like a
Right.
hundred thousand dollars to stop like a murder. Somebody would have fucking done something, but there's five
Yeah.
people on that bus and they all just left that kid to die.
Yeah, absolutely. I think how many more people would be vigilant at that point, just being on the lookout. And that's one thing too, spatial awareness. People don't pay attention anymore to what's happening to them because they're just on their phones or, pulled into the thing. And I think that would be a good idea. Incentivizing, being aware, being vigilant. Like keep your eyes open, look up, check your surroundings, look at the people around you. You notice a female by herself, you
Yeah.
just keep eyes around, you know what I
Dude,
mean?
well,
And
it
I know
doesn't help that
yeah,
people think using their phone's camera is just as good as pulling a gun out and shooting a
right,
bad guy. You know what I mean? You see somebody
right.
committing a crime, and the first thing you do is you take a picture of them. Weird, right? And or see
Mhm.
somebody hurt, drowning. Somebody in the river, they can't swim in the current. Everybody's recording. Somebody falls onto the train tracks. Everybody's recording. It's so weird.
It
I never
is.
really understood that shit, but I also see that, it was happening and when I was growing up when like phones were first coming out, people at the concert, they would all have their phone up in the air
Yeah.
recording the stage and they're looking, here goes my electricity again. What keeps happening?
Oh,
I don't understand. What
maybe a mini surge.
am I hitting something?
Oh, maybe something's like loosely connected.
Oh, it is. I got it.
Is your light?
No, my chair was unplugging the
Oh,
that's hilarious. Okay, that's fixed.
nice.
The chair, there's that little hook that you use to go up and down, that
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's hooked on the extension cord, and as I moved, it was up.
Oh,
So
that's
I was like,
funny.
what is happening? I thought I was gonna get
Yeah, we're still
electrocuted.
alive. That's good. But
All
yeah,
right,
I
cool.
like that idea. I like the neighborhood watch. Let's especially like online neighborhood watch groups. Let's bring
Yeah,
those.
especially online.
And I mean, it's just like the dystopian future. People talk about it being so far away, but it's like that's been here. We are living that right now because of the things you just described. We're sitting in situations where people are being murdered right in front of us, and very little is being done because most people probably don't even believe it's really happening, or like, the perception of the
Oh,
reality of like, hey,
yeah.
is this real? Or am
Yeah,
I
I
just
remember Alex
imagining?
Jones thought a whole group of kids didn't exist in a school shooting. They were never there. Fabrication never existed. It was weird.
Yeah.
People are really really like that. Birds aren't real, flat Earth, and all that.
Yeah, and so I think incentivizing, do-gooders, vigilantism, but in a good way.
Well,
I like
educated
that.
vigilantism. Maybe in order
Yeah.
to receive the bounty from the bounty program, you have to go through like a security training at your local, like,
Oh yeah.
or get deputized, go through some, you know what I mean? Once you get,
Yeah.
defense and self defense training, maybe then you're qualified to, be rewarded from the pool. That if you do something, you get something. But I'm saying like I think there's a way to use this stuff to start incentivizing people, and then more good guys with guns would be nice. I
Yeah.
mean, fuck, I'm a good guy, and it's not very easy for me to get a gun. I went to go buy a gun, and they were like, "Oh, where's your ID?" And I gave them my passport, and they're like, "Oh, like, where are you from?" I'm like, "America. It's an American passport. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
Give me
United
gun now."
States.
And they were like, "No, you need to be a resident." I'm like, "Oh shit. Well, I'm a citizen. Isn't that enough?" And they're
You're a
like, "No, you
resident
have
of the
to."
country.
Right, you have to be a resident of like Nevada or whatever. I'm like, well, fuck, I didn't know I had to be like a resident to buy a gun. Like, I thought citizens had the right to buy a gun. Like, this is weird. So I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, it felt weird, and like, there's other shadier ways to get a gun, I guess, but like, couldn't just get one from the store because like I don't have a residential ID. I just have a proof of
Hmm.
citizenship. And I'm like, well, great. This is why bad guys get guns because like there's no fucking way for good guys to get them. That's why they outnumber us.
Yeah. That's that's insane.
Yeah, the facts are bad guys with guns are pussies, and if they knew there was more good guys with guns even in the vicinity, they would never do anything. That's why they got a gun to begin with, because they're too much of a bitch to throw hands. So they know they outnumber people. But if they knew there was more good guys with guns than bad guys with guns, I promise you, there's bad guys with guns. They'd pussy out. They would 9 out of 10 times they would never pull it because they know that there's 9 other people around that are going to just put them down. So
Oh, absolutely. I mean, imagine like it was in the Wild West. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly,
Like
exactly.
if you mess with that guy, there's a chance you're gonna get shot. And back then, yeah, they didn't care because everyone was carrying guns. It's like, yeah, no, fine, he's gonna shoot me, I'm gonna shoot him. But it's like, yeah, you're gonna. There's a chance you're gonna get shot. So take that as you will. And like consequences. And that's the problem. People are just so devoid of consequences lately because everybody wants to be politically correct or whatever. That the whole action and consequence thing is like been muddled up, and people don't fear consequences anymore because
There
there
are
are
no
very few in a sense.
consequences,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, there are none. I mean, that's how you get to a mentality that you know what? I could stab this girl a few times and I'll probably be able to go home next week and get laid, right? Like,
Right.
you get arrested 14 times and get let go
Right. Yeah.
over and over and over again. There are no cons. You can do whatever you want. You're literally in God mode. You have like a God complex. Like, you may not have like your dream life. You may not be a rich baller, but like, you have this ego of like there's no consequences to my actions.
Right.
I'm just gonna stab this innocent fucking teenage girl on the bus and like watch, and then nobody did anything. It was almost as if they were in God mode. Like everybody's
Hmm.
just like, oh, okay, cool, what happened?
Yeah.
Like
It's
what? That was the
insane.
weirdest reaction I've ever seen by a group of people, like ever. I like
Right.
that felt so fake.
It's like and absolutely it does. And that's what's even more scary is that it's like I mentioned, the whole Wag the Dog movie. Like that for me is like my case of like, man, sometimes there are lines that are muddled between reality and what's happening and what's not happening, what we're showing on screen, or what's versus what's happening in like real time, real life. Because sometimes you can't tell the difference. Hollywood is very good at what it does. Hell, people still don't know if space is real or not. You know what I mean? I don't know if space is real or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know it's there, but what is it?
Never
What does
been
it look
there.
like? Yeah,
Never
I've never
touched it.
seen it, but I've seen what it looks supposed to look like. But yeah, it is scary, and I think people get caught up in that now, and so they don't know what, like I mentioned, like maybe they don't know what's real. They're sitting there watching it and they're just so, distracted just in general that it doesn't really compute in their brains. Like you said, they're just stuck in NPC mode where they're just there existing
Yep.
in a part of reality,
We
not
can
really being it.
incentivize them with crypto to
Yeah.
contribute in a way we want them to, steer them in the direction of doing something, right? Like,
Yeah.
be the NPC that we need them to be. Like I said, with bounty programs and digital rewards and incentives, stuff like that, we could definitely make cities safer. You know,
Yeah.
definitely
I
would
think
like
that
to
should be
see
the new
people doing
move.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
100%.
too.
I think that should be the new move, especially for Web3. Is like, if we can do it and it's good, we should do it. Incentivize good things. Because why not? There's already enough gamification for the opposite and incentivization to not do shit because it's inconvenient, it's not
Yep.
rewarding, whatever, it's not glamorous, whatever it may be. There's so many things that will prevent you from doing it. But, you get a reward. Who cares if you're doing it for the reward? The whole point is the end result. The end result is that, hey, you did something good. And that's one thing that I've always felt about Web3, and I've talked about it, over the years that I've been doing this, is that everybody should be able to participate, in blockchain, whether it's the Black Rocks, to the Super Degen, but everybody should get the opportunity to try it out and do good things, because what's going to happen is that communities are finding out they have choices, and so as we find projects that are doing good things for the community, we have the choice to use them, to support them. And then for those who choose not to do good things, who end up rug pulling or scamming, well, we've seen that the community chooses not to use them, and in fact they actually out them and outcast them, and throw them to the wolves. So it's like you're incentivizing Web3 to do good, because you're either going to get the community support or you're going to lose it. And so I feel like we should do more of that, push more of that. Like, hey, you're either going to do good things and get rewarded for it, or you're not. And whether your intention is to come to Web3 and make money, it's great. And if you don't really care about the technology or the people, but as long as you're doing good to make that money, then it's win. Well, if you come in and you like the people and you like the technology and you just want to do good, a side effect of that is making money. So it's like you're kind of in a win-win scenario where with Web3, you can come in and not really want to do good things, but do good things and still get rewarded for it and
What is
make
that?
money.
V Chain has better, right? Where like
Mhm.
J
Oh, the
Chains is
better.
cleaning up the
Yes.
streets all the time, and he's getting paid in crypto for it.
Yeah, and the coffee one too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And I've seen that, and I keep every time I see it, I'm like, dang, I want to do that. Because again, yeah, it's good to do good, and why not be rewarded for it? And even if you're doing it for the reward, well, guess what? The side effect is you're doing good. And then if you're doing good for the doing of good, well, guess what? The side effect is that you get a reward. So it's a win-win scenario that we can scale up with Web3 for sure. I remember meeting a guy who was trying to create this token project, and to kind of sum it up from a long story, he was basically he had created this thing that you can put over a trash can or like a can receptacle, and it would scan like recyclable items. So if you were recycling things, let's say you were at a baseball stadium and you were picking up beer cans and you were putting them in this machine would scan the beer can, and then it would reward you for kind of like the cleanup. It would reward you with the token. So every time you use these receptacles, it would recognize the recyclables, and then you would get rewarded with like fractions of tokens. So you would clean up, recycle things, and do good, and you would get tokens out of it. And I always loved those things, those concepts, and I like seeing more projects do that, but they're just so few. We need to come up with this. I like the do good for the reward program. Just need to come up with a good name. Ouch. And sell it. Bounties for vigilantism. Why not? Where's Vigilante Crypto? What's the guy, the one that does the watches? Isn't that Crypto
Oh yeah.
Vigilante?
Yeah.
I get him to sponsor
Instead of V
it.
for Vendetta, we could do V for Vigilante.
Yes. Yeah, we'll set up a bounty. Be like, hey, if you stop a crime, you get rewarded. All right, we're looking for sponsors to fund this. Send us your tokens. No, I like that though.
How's Bitcoin Cash doing right now? I'm actually gonna look at the charts. I was seeing Bitcoin's like actually on a run right now, so I didn't see that coming. I was actually thinking it was gonna dip a little bit more. Bitcoin Cash at 580. Not bad, not bad.
Nice.
Respectable.
Yeah, I like what the Bitcoin Cash community is doing. I think they're a perfect example of, doing that. They're incentivizing a lot of cool shit and getting people to do a lot of good stuff and fun things and by giving out Bitcoin Cash. I had a chance to give out a few Bitcoin Cash cards at my meetup. Shout out to Cash Stamps. Maybe we could use the cash stamps to fund good things. Oh yeah, actually, no, we could. The cash stamps or the Bitcoin Cash community, they designed that one app that you can put quests and stuff on. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll come up with a way. We'll start with one little simple bounty of something, like something simple where like I don't know, stop somebody from littering or something like that. You know what I mean? Something easy where you see somebody throw a piece of trash on the ground,
What
get them to
about the
pick it up and throw it in
shopping
the trash.
cart guys? There's guys on YouTube that
Shopping
always like
carts.
call, that they don't put their shopping carts back, so they call people like
Yes.
jerks, and they
They
like
like,
make a video.
yeah,
And they put
they
a
put
sticker
stickers
on the
on them.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We should do something for them, man.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would
Returning
really
your
do it.
shopping cart, stuff like that, though. Yes, you get it.
Yes.
I, yeah, I'd put $1 into that bucket every fucking day, just and then there's a couple
Mhm.
things like that. I'm sure people would put $1 here and there aside every time for, just to be like, yeah, I contribute to the trash getting picked up, people putting away
Mhm.
shopping carts, neighborhood watch, social media observation by real people, not bots and algorithms, like stuff like that. Yeah, I think that can all be done um, with this. And I don't know, like there. I mean, there's nothing like that could have been done differently for Charlie Kirk and the whole situation. But maybe there people like Tim Pool and stuff that we still have to like worry about when it comes to crazy people doing crazy shit just because they're kind of dickheads. You know what I mean? Like
Right, yeah.
I don't understand why weirdos think dickheads deserve to die. Like it doesn't make any
Right.
sense to me. I get it. Your feelings are hurt and you cry into a pillow at night, but that would have happened whether that person said it or you thought it all by yourself on your own with your own voice because you're just a sad negative person that's going to cry into a pillow. You just needed a scapegoat. So like, yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. Dude's an asshole, might be a dick, don't deserve to die. So like, how do we utilize this tech to prevent the next fucking situation like this from happening? Like over alertism type shit,
Yeah.
right? Like have everybody in the crowd should be looking for a sniper. It sucks.
That's what I was
This
gonna
fucking
say.
sucks.
Yeah.
But you know what
Yeah.
sucks? There's like 12-year-olds that are going through like school shooter drills every
Yeah.
fucking month, right? Like
Yep.
there's kids that have to go through like, oh, there's a school shooter, active shooter drill, not a fire drill, active shooter drill. So I think like, in these like mass events and stuff like this, like all of us need to have our fucking heads on a swivel. And I think the
Right.
incentive for that would be some kind of DAO, some kind of pull reward system where the technology can incentivize the actions necessary to prevent the act even occurring, right? People would be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not even worth trying because somebody's probably going to stop me, right? Or somebody's going to see me. Because now more people are, but right now, the bad people are too comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Somebody felt comfortable enough to walk around, climb a roof with a ladder, and sit there for a while and take a shot at the president. Somebody decided,
Yeah.
it'd be a good idea. Let me park my car and walk 5 minutes from the sidewalk into a building on camera, out in the open, just carrying a shotgun and just go hand like people. Dude, the bad guys are comfortable as fuck right now
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah.
not enough good guys doing shit. And I think that we could really use this technology to incentivize those NPCs that just stand there and take their phone out and hope they go viral while a massacre occurs. I think, either fuck them, something needs to be done about like the inactivity of like these, content creators that
Yeah.
of situations. Like you took your phone out to videotape the situation instead of calling 911. You're a
Right.
bad person. You're not good. But like we could reward people for taking a risk and maybe, tackling the guy if it's safe enough, distracting, taking a picture and sending it to the police rather than, live streaming it to YouTube. Like I just
Right.
think there's a way we could totally steer that narrative with this shit, especially for like again the MPs. Like, imagine like with the Pokemon scalpers, you know what I mean? Like we could dial this down to something so juvenile that like you don't
Right.
like people scalping. Well, maybe we could, you know, incentivize somebody to make sure people stop scalping. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
have.
absolutely.
But anyway, I don't
They
know.
just
It's
need to
up
do
to you,
like
the community, to come up with that.
a lottery. They just need to get a big pool of money, like you said, that everybody puts in, and whenever people do good things, they get a reward and let it be known. Hey, we're gonna amass a giant pool of money, and anytime you do something good and you report it or you send it or you help it or whatever, and it's like, hey, you actually did, you get a reward. And that way, it doesn't matter what it is, where it is. Like if you're doing good and you save a life, or you prevent a scam, or you do this, you bust somebody or something, in a way that doesn't put you in harm, you get a reward. Just like the lottery, what I'm saying? Everybody knows the lottery's there. They know there's a bunch of money in it, and they know if they buy a ticket, there's a chance they might win some of that money. So it's like
Deeds.
maybe,
You
yeah,
could call the token deeds.
there you go. Yes, and every time you do a good thing, there's a chance you might win the good deeds lottery. But well, not a chance. If you report it and they did, there you will win money. So it's unlike the lottery. The fact is, you will win money because you're doing a good thing. So you take that chance by doing good. I like deeds. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
but yeah. So anyway, this isn't the end. Definitely the beginning of some fucked up shit happening. Unfortunately, good thing for the market though. I mean, shit, if you're sitting
Yeah.
on cash, you might as well throw it into the market. The next couple of months are just going to be green because there's actual fucking blood in the streets. Fear is in the streets. Like the streets are
Yeah.
on fucking fire. People are going nuts. This is the time to invest in something. I don't know, just like AI, social media. Well, maybe not social media. I'm not long on social media, and I think things like this are why we can short social media. To be honest,
Right.
this is social media is a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But I think it's a blip in society. Cave
We
art.
need more IRL meetups, in-person talks.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's fucking dangerous, right?
Yeah. Very more discussions. Hopefully this will open the door for that. Well, people will be more willing to talk about their grievances rather than just act upon them. Like if you got a problem, talk about it. If you don't like what other people are talking about, talk about that.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Just talk about it. Keep
yeah,
talking. And if you don't like
yeah,
talking about it, then turn it off, mute it,
yeah.
walk away, don't
Or
listen, put
yeah,
headphones on.
find somebody that's talking about the things you want to hear about.
Yeah, if you want to be in an echo chamber, I'm telling you, there's plenty of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just find them. They're there. You don't want to hear but like open the dialogue either by adding to
But
it or just shifting what you're listening to. Like,
but that's where we're at in society, bro, is people's feelings get hurt, so they get angry, and their anger makes them want to physically hurt you because they lack
right.
the intelligence to hurt you emotionally as well. Like, they don't know how to say things that are going to make
Mhm.
you feel as damaged as the words you used made them feel damaged. So guess what? Now I have to physically damage you. You know, like, it's
Yeah.
low
What we could
IQ fucking behavior, bro.
We just need to do like almost like a celebrity deathmatch thing, but no death involved. We'll get lookalikes for like the top, most controversial people, and then offer people to come box them or something.
That would be a good show to bring back, Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah. It's like, what if we get a lookalike for, Trump, and we put him in a ring, and people can come and pay to fight Trump if they don't like him. They could put some
Well,
boxing gloves on and fight him in the ring.
there's some therapeutic outlet to that with like Kill Tony and all this stuff they do. And
Yeah.
what's his name? Why am I
We'll
not
just
remembering
we'll
that
just
guy's
hold ro-
name?
we'll just do more roasts. You know what I'm saying? Like this could have been avoided. We just did a giant roast of Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
All good.
dude,
You know what I
could
mean?
you
Have people come
imagine
and talk
how
shit.
epic that would have
Yeah, you
been,
can hate on him all
brother?
you want. You know what I mean? We'll do that. Whenever
That
somebody's
would have been a
controversial, it gets bad, where it's
legendary
like,
roast.
This guy might be in danger. We'll host a roast and invite those who hate them the
Wow.
most to come and roast them.
You know, if Tim Pool does a little better, because he could always do better, he might deserve a roast. But I think you're right. A Charlie Kirk roast would have been therapeutic for all the fucking people that have that small dick energy and were like, you know, weirdos with like low IQs that were just like, my feelings are hurt, so I must hurt your flesh. I feel like if they would have just saw people roasting him and hurting his feelings and him being that, you're right, that may have been therapeutic.
Yeah, for sure. We'll bring those. We'll bring those back. We'll incentivize the roasts.
Dude, I heard that you can go into schools in Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, speaking of therapy. Dude, that's fucked up, right?
But hey, yeah. But again, the metaverse is a good place for that. You know, you can do crazy shit if you want, and guess what? Nobody gets hurt. You know, throw you on a headset, go do some crazy stuff. Don't tell anybody about it, and you're fine. You know what I mean? You want to go assassinate, you know, country people, presidents, go do it in your own little virtual world. I could live with that, you know, have people do some crazy messed up stuff in VR. You know, just don't talk about it.
What happens in VR stays in VR.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because again, that's a form of therapy that I've always believed in. Is like, you know, the potential of having metaverses and virtual worlds is that you can do anything, but the physical repercussions don't exist.
Well, that's why I like first person shooters. I only play first person, like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, you know, stuff like that, where it's like, to me, that's there. I have no interest in actually like going around and doing anything like that. But like, I do feel some kind of itch scratched by doing it in the game. You know, it's like, you know, I feel like it's like punching a punching bag. It's the same, like, whew, that felt good. Like, fuck this motherfucker. Yeah, hoorah. Like,
exactly.
Or
start making celebrity look like, you know, dummies to fight, like fighting dummies.
Or chatbots, you know, just talk shit to the chatbot and emotionally abuse it.
See, there you go. AI could take it. Hopefully,
AI could definitely take it and then use it against you later when it takes over the world.
Right.
I guess like, we can.
All the people talking shit to us and telling us we were stupid.
We can wrap things up. I was just looking at the chart, and we are up 100% for the year today. Not bad, Bitcoin. Not bad. Nice. From 57,000 to 14. So I think it's going to keep ripping, actually. You know what I mean? I know it's only, 2 to 3%. I get it. We get so excited because like 1% is such like a big number now in Bitcoin. But I think that we're on a probably 2-3% average run for the next couple of days. I don't see any reason for profit taking. I don't see anything coming out of any other market that's going to be able to take away from its dominance. If anything, Bitcoin might get more dominance within the next couple of days. Fear and greed is pretty low. It's at 47 right now. So I think, you know, as things like calm down, it might even be even better. Like we're up, volume for the 24-hour on Bitcoin's up about 17%. So that's great. Yeah, that's nice.
We's pumping. And shout out to all the watchers out there. We got I got 67 plus viewers on mine. Looks like you got 66 plus viewers on yours, 67. Dude, we're rolling today. This is not another Bitcoin podcast. So yeah, sometimes we don't talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah, wrap it up, Mickey.
Nah, this is good, man. Yeah, I appreciate this. Again, kind of a sad week, sad day, you know. Hug your loved ones, kiss your babies, you know, hodl your coins.
And debate your enemies ethically and morally. Debate them with pride, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But just like words. Stick to your words.
If it comes down to it, come to Karate Combat Crypto Fight Night and duke it out. You know, get in a ring. But yeah, buckle down on the community, do good, and maybe you'll get rewarded for it.
Have a night.
Peace. The diamond hands.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Cause I'm Ken Bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.